dan KiaiKanjeng bertur di Australia tahun 2006, Belanda tahun 2007, Finlandia tahun 2008, dan seharusnya Brazil tahun 2011. Untuk setiap tur dan acara di luar negeri, ada tulisan yang cocok dengan tema besar yang menjadi alasan pokok untuk kehadiran Mbah Nun dan KiaiKanjeng. Australia, temanya terorisme dan radikalisme, tetapi juga sastra dan bacaan karya-karya Mbah Nun. Di Belanda, undangannya sebagai respons terhadap film Fitnah yang diterbit oleh politikus Geert Wilders dengan pementasan KiaiKanjeng di gereja, di katedral, dan di masjid. Di Finlandia, di mana komunitas Muslim mengalami beberapa kesulitan dalam integrasi sosial. Dan juga di acara lain di Inggris, Jerman, Italia untuk wafat Paus Yohanes Paulus II, Malaysia, Mesir, dan negara-negara yang lain. Tetapi juga ada puisi untuk World Poetry Festival, September tahun 2011. Untuk acara itu, Mbah Nun menyiapkan beberapa puisi dan ada rencana untuk ikut di Brazil. Tetapi acara World Poetry Day kebetulan dibatal. Tetapi tetap ada puisi yang disiapkan oleh Mbah Nun. Sejauh saya tahu, puisi ini belum diterbit secara resmi. Dan oleh karena itu dengan latar belakangannya soul, heart, sacred, malam ini di tim, saya akan baca puisi itu. Soul, heart, sacred. Segala hal yang terkait karya dan misi Mbah Nun dan KiaiKanjeng punya basis dalam soul, heart, dan sacred yang suci, yang berjiwa, yang berhati. Kata-kata Mbah Nun, musiknya KiaiKanjeng. Puisi ini memang berdunia, tetapi juga terkait heart and soul, dan yang sacred, yang suci. Temanya, education, pendidikan, pengalaman Mbah Nun sendiri dalam hidupnya. Oil, minyak, tentang peran kapital dan industri. God, religion, and man. Tuhan, setan, agama, dan manusia. Perang antara demokrasi dan agama. Saya akan membaca puisi karya Mbah Nun dalam bahasa Inggris seperti yang dimaksud dan direncanakan di Brazil di tahun 2011. Uneducated poem. My torment on the face of this earth derives from a life that is almost wholly unschooled. I'm a citizen of the world who is cursed because I have always disputed with every teacher who has taught me and been expelled from every school that I have entered. I meet mankind outside of school. I learned to become a man without being accompanied by a school. I studied humanity in ways not of the school. I love mankind without there being any of the school in my love. Then time ran out and left me in the silent space. I was not educated in how to meet humankind. I have no knowledge of how human beings of all places are who have resulted from schools. I have no way of knowing how to meet human beings in nations, buildings, institutions, constitutions. I have no tool with which to encounter them in the free market, in banks and government offices. My eyes are blind to meeting human beings in democracy and religion. In my childhood, the face of democracy was graced with the face of God. But the face of God that I met during my childhood is not the face that is now displayed in houses of worship. The God I meet in the silent space now is a God who is not created of himself, but rather crafted by the interests of man in the riches of the earth. Now in my aging years, I shall identify the day I leave all of these things of this earth that is so unknown to me. I will walk in the way of silence, in search of small prayer rooms in the villages, where as a child I will play with God and man. Today I passed through the gates of a grand mosque in which I was unable to meet God or man. But I've never again encountered that small prayer room. Perhaps it's nowhere to be found on this earth. Perhaps it is part of the silent space itself. Cak Nun, Yogyakarta, Indonesia, 2011. Light of the oil of democracy. That which must be considered most in the building of democracy is firstly, love. Secondly, power. Thirdly, the mining of oil. In the building of a democracy, oil is usually accompanied by plutonium, uranium, diamonds, gold, silver, jade, amber, rubies, emeralds, or at least lead and coal. Power is complete with international regulations, decorated with the independence and freedom of mankind, which are arranged in a rhythm to enlighten the ignorance of the inhabitants of the world. There is love that derives from God, love that is upheld by the sovereignty of superpowers over all the nations of the world, cultivated in ways that hunt for the light, and the light is emitted by way of mastery over oil refineries. God conferred religions to guide and save the civilizations of the peoples of the world. The various staff of religion are used by people to park their lives. And the peak of religion in the 21st century is democracy on high. The religion of democracy has already proved its truth, in that not one soul on the face of the earth dares or feels the need to doubt or question it. In democracy, every person receives the same rights and opportunities in accordance with the capacities of each. Those who have a capacity of 10 receive 10 opportunities. Those with a capacity of 1,000 opportunities. If a few thousand people with a capacity of 1,000 hold sway over millions with capacities of 10, then that's the fairest logic for the lives of mankind. But in more honest words, man wolves prey on man birds, man tigers consume man goats, man hyena hunts with man of prey. So it is that mankind attain their rights, each man and each woman in democracy. And it is certain that God must win. So the religion of democracy must be upheld in the surety that all sources of oil in the world are placed under the control of the men of prey. And so the realm of God shrinks to fill the immortal certainty of 3 words: democracy, light, and oil. And of the 3, the greatest is not the light of God or democratic humanity, but the ownership of oil. Cak Nun, Yogyakarta, 2011. Terakhir. The grand duel. I am bored by all the theatre plays of the world. My heart is no longer enamored by dramas from any age whatsoever. Don't let the names Shakespeare or Anton Chekhov be uttered from my lips or sensed by my ears. I'm bored by Obama, Bush, Gaddafi, and the IMF. Don't threaten me with news about the Third World War. My heart has turned to snow, and nothing can warm it, unless perhaps you can bathe it in the rays of the sun. There is only one play left for me to perform, the greatest drama of all, the grand duel between the kingdoms of God and Satan. I place on the stage a half globe of the earth. I take 12 suns for lighting. The music is exhaled from 5 rumbling oceans and the tremors of 7 heavens. My actors, 2 are sufficient: God and Satan. Myself, I am the grand director. I hold God in my right hand, Satan in my left. With all the passion that can be mustered from all of the sources of the energies of the entire universe, I will strike them together. I will cause them to fight and destroy each other. But wait, as I commence my grand performance, I'm astonished to see that in my hands I hold not God and Satan, but Satan and Satan. I cast them both from me. I throw them blindly away, causing mountains to erupt as they fall, striking the waves of the ocean until they rise and flood the continents and islands. I run. I shape a branch from a giant tree into the form of Satan. I take some clouds and form them to become God. But what? In both hands again I find Satan and Satan. I throw them both off. Then I take whatever I can find with which to make my actors. But whatever I take becomes Satan. The wind and the storm become Satan. Earth and metal become Satan. Water, wood, stone, all things in my hands are transformed into Satan. I seize the day and grab the night. I steal time and grasp space. Nothing becomes God. Mbah Nun, Yogyakarta, 2011. Jamaah Maiyah, teman-teman, tamu-tamu, teman saya yang ikut malam ini, terima kasih banyak. Kenduri Cinta welcomes KiaiKanjeng, soul, heart, sacred.